Okay, so now to get that 68, 95, and 99.7, I just wrote that label up there so I know what these numbers are. So what I need it to do is for 68, add the standard deviation to the mean and subtract the standard deviation from the mean to get those two values. And then for 2 standard deviations from the mean, that'll give me, so +2 and -2 standard deviations from the mean for that next set of values. And then I'm going to use COUNTIFs formula to figure out how many values I have that are between those. So I'll cut this. Well, it could stay there, I suppose. Okay, so I'll do 95. I'll just do one. They all work the same way. 95% within, should be within 2. Within 2 standard deviations of mean. Okay, so what are the number values I need? I'm going to have Excel do the math. So I'm going to write equals here. So it should be the mean minus 2 standard deviations, 2 times the standard deviation for the low number. And it should be the, so I write equals, the mean plus 2 times the standard deviations for the high number. So between these two values, 139 and that's about 186. So now I'll use the COUNTIFs, which allows it to check that it is both above that 139 and less than that 186 when it does the count. So you're looking for COUNTIFs. So, and your formulas, it may be in statistical, I've used it before, COUNTIFs. So the criteria range each time, you just need to drag the column that you're using, that you want it to count from. And for my criteria, I need to go look again because I can't remember. Okay, so the criteria, I want it to be greater than 139. And then I can see I want that same criteria range. You can drag the column again, or you can just write B2 colon, whoops, B2 colon B50. You can see it right above. It's the same column. And this time I want it to do less than that 186, which was the top boundary for the value. I say OK. And it says there's 42 inside of that range right there. Now to figure out what percent that is, I'm going to need a count of the column, and I see there's some empty spots here, so I don't want to divide by 50. So I'm just going to run the count real quick. Count formula to see how many data values I actually have. And count is there we go, count, another formula. It just wants to know, it'll count up the values for me to identify counting in what space. That's that same column we used before. I've only got 46 in there, so that should be my denominator. So I got 42 as a percent. Okay, as a percent, I need to divide the number of items, so G11, divided by total number in the set. That's that E6 number. Check. And it's displaying it as a decimal, which I can see is 91%. It should be 95%, but that's pretty close. You should make a statement about, yeah, these things seem pretty close, unless they're like way off, and then you'll say, no, there's no way we can use this as a normal distribution. To convert that number to a percent, if you want to, if you just click on the percent sign, it'll convert the number for you. So here I've got that 91% of my data is between the two values, so I was looking for 95. I feel like that's pretty good. You'll do the same for that 68 and that 99.7. And then just make a statement on the worksheet about whether you think it's close enough to work out okay for you or not. If it's within a few percent on either side, usually that's fine.